Today is Wednesday, January 2nd, 2025, and this is my pull list for the week. Starting off, we have Wonder Woman number 4. This is the second to last issue printing, and what they've done with this universe, I think it's going to go down as one of the best that they've ever done. Oops. And I'm gonna do it where so I give you guys a little bit of the backstory of the story, and I'm also gonna give you guys fun facts. With this Wonder Woman, it is like flipped up. How do you call it? Like, there's another way to say it, but it's flipped upside down, where Wonder Woman doesn't know who her sisters are, and she doesn't even know that she's an Amazon. Something about the gods above her, they decided not to, so that nobody could say the word Amazon, but somehow she knows that she's an Amazon, which is pretty cool. And I'm wondering why they did this. Like, why don't they want her to know where she's from, who her people are? Like, what did they do? And this entire time she's been fighting like these mini versions of dragons, this kind of difficult version of like a sea creature. She defeated that one, the kind of difficult sea creature. He ran away, but they brought this like gigantic, like Burj Khalifa sized monster. And I'm wondering who's sending these giants. Yeah. I don't know if it's the gods or someone else, but we'll see. And with this big ass giant, he has the ability to make a sound where whoever hears it has to they don't have a choice, but they run towards the giant, and no matter what, like they're gonna trample each other. It's gonna be millions of people that trample each other, and Wonder Woman said that the people that are trampled, that's like the best thing that could happen, because like once you get close enough, like I don't know, and that's pretty scary. Like being trampled is the best thing, but the military didn't listen to her. Like she's explaining like all this shit, like, and these military people are like, no. But nobody listened to her. They didn't evacuate and basically anyone. And then she has to cast a spell to make people deaf. And some fun facts: she had to cut off her arm to send Steve back. How did Steve get there in the first place to hell? And she also has the penance there, I think, kind of like the Ghost Rider, where her lasso has the ability to basically inflict pain on whatever pain you've done to someone else. Like all the pain that you caused in your lifetime, you experience it. And also didn't know that Wonder Woman had these magical abilities, but that's pretty cool to know. And another fun fact is that the Amazons called their best warriors Wonder Woman. And having that detail, like, there's always fun facts. There's always gonna be fun facts. I'm gonna get the first cover number A. Yeah, cover number A. We have these. And besides cover number A, I'm gonna get this. I'm not gonna get it, but I would get this one. Next, we have The Amazing Spider-Man number 66. I'm finally caught up on all the issues, and I will say it's not the best series, but towards the last two issues, they've gotten more like personal, and it's a good thing to see with Spider-Man, because Spider-Man is like one of the most like whatever could go wrong with Spider-Man does go wrong for Spider-Man, and like it's good that they talk about it for him. And what Doctor Doom basically did is that he outsourced Doctor Strange's problem to Spider-Man, where Doctor Strange made a an agreement with this. I think it's like a devil, where he cast a spell over Earth, but for tradition they have to battle. Doctor Strange has to battle the devil's sons or and daughters, and he does it to protect Earth. But then he dies so many times because each time he wins, he dies. He has hundreds of deaths, hundreds and thousands of deaths, where he basically becomes depressed and hopeless. Like, oh, what is this? What is this all for? Like maybe dying that many times does cost that. But there's also this person where I think it's the same universe where the Infinity Gems became human beings, and I think Mistress Death isn't around anymore. It's this new person, and this new person that became Mistress Death um, had an encounter with this entity, and they were talking, and I liked when they said that your grandfather died. No, sorry. When your grandfather died, a version of I'm gonna keep this in. When your grandfather died, a version of you that only he knew vanished from the world. And they also talked about how all of us are gonna die, and that we each have our own memories of each other, of different people, but there's gonna be a certain moment where there's no longer gonna be any memories to create because we're gone. And when we're gone, all the people that had memories of us from the past we're all gonna combine our memories of each other. And something about, I guess, like, even the people that die in the future, there's gonna be someone that has a last memory of you in the very, very, very far future. And that one person's gonna die too. So like when you have all these memories, does it, I don't know. But it's a beautiful way to think about it. And also talk about how for Peter Parker, everything that happens to him as a person, whether it's Peter Parker or Spider-Man, like all the events that have happened to him basically saved him as a person, but it killed Spider-Man. And I think that's how it went, but it's a good way to think about it. These last two issues were one of my favorites, I would say. And we have the little miniature Spider-Man, and we have a white version, black and white version. I want to get these because for the previous issues, there's also variants of this type. We have Johnny Lightning. What was the name? Not bad. We have Doctor Doom and Rocket Raccoon. This is only a one issue series or a one printing book, but the fact that you have these two mechanically inclined people, and they're both tricksters at the end of the day. And when I first saw this cover, it was like, oh, we have Rocket Raccoon trying to do something to Doctor Doom, but Doctor Doom's not going to take it, so he already has this button implemented into his chair, and it's a fucking gun pointed at him. I'm excited to see them together. We have a blank version of the first cover A, one with Galactus, and it looks like they're gonna try to find this what do you call it? Tesseract, but it's something different. It's a little cube, an orange cube. Tesseract. And we have Fantastic Four number 28, we're getting the Fantastic Four back again. I got issue number 27 expecting the Fantastic Four, but it was a whole nother story. But it was pretty good, like with the Thing's daughter and son and how they're trying to fit in. But I was expecting the Fantastic Four. It was a good story, but I'm excited to see how, because it's gonna be the Fantastic Four that stops Sorcerer Supreme Doom, and to see what they're gonna do and how they're gonna do it. I'm excited for it. We have some Disney covers. I've been seeing these like towards the end of throughout 2024, but I'm not a big fan of it. We have the rivals, yeah, but it looks different. And this one is like an old timey cover style of art, but I'm liking it. Not bad. Next we have Justice League Unlimited. For this one, we have all the superheroes together because I forgot what happened with that whole universe. I read All In DC, something like that, with Amanda Waller. Darkseid died supposedly. We have all the heroes together in the Watchtower. The main enemy group is Inferno. We have Parademons, and this new recruit Airwave is a traitor, but we'll see if he does it. Also, with all the previous events, the superheroes' abilities got switched up, and they're trying to get it back together, like the Atom Project. Martian Manhunter lost his powers, and we're gonna see what happens to him, because I think he's in a dark place right now. We have fun facts. The boom tube. I think it is from previous series, but it's pretty cool. Like being basically to teleport anywhere instantly. We have Mr. Atom. I'm not sure which one. The Question, Sapphire something, Wonder Woman, and it looks like the Magnificent Three are looking for the Swamp Thing. And I'm excited for this one because I feel like with Wonder Woman 2, with Absolute Wonder Woman, like these two series they're worth the buy. Next we have the TVA issue number 1. I enjoyed it, and I reread it recently, and I think I enjoyed it more the second time. It basically follows what happens with the TVA show on Disney Plus. Sponsor me now. Fuck sponsors. Yeah, maybe. With the TVA, where whatever Loki did, they had to sacrifice security, and it seems like they also stopped putting timelines, and all this is causing for people to experience their worst nightmares, while also experiencing the TVA itself, like the hallways, the rooms. And the first time I read it, I didn't understand this at the end, but Gwen Stacy, was it Gwen Stacy? Is that her name? It is, right? Oh, it is. Yeah. It's just a different version, right? But she basically woke up at the very end, and the second time I read it, I was like, oh, it was her experiencing all that, and that was pretty cool. And also at the very end, we saw, I think it was Doctor Doom. Like we saw a green cape, and like who else has a green cape besides Doctor Doom? And a fun fact, I don't trust Doc Clock. Like I don't know, something about her. I'm excited for this issue. And we have the female version of Loki. I'm not sure who else is there, but oh, and Captain America, the British version. And also caught up on What If Galactus Transformed, Blink, and it's having these characters that would have never become the Herald of Galactus, and seeing them have their own, being their own character, with this immense power. It, I'm enjoying. I'm glad that I'm collecting this series. And same like with the other issues, we have this checkered version. Not my favorite, but it's something. Oops. And for second printings, we have The Amazing Spider-Man number 129, the first issue of The Punisher. I'm just happy that they did this one. Again, I think there's a Blink variant, but it didn't pop up, or I didn't do it right. Could also be it. Another reprinting is The Incredible Hulk number 340. This is a. They're just printing out classics this week. Like these two covers, as the original version, they're worth a lot, right? I'm so happy that they do this, and I wonder if there's gonna be like an absolute Batman, like reprinted in a couple years. They have all these versions of Absolute Batman, but like in a couple years, I wonder what they're gonna do. Another book I'm excited for is, I kind of want to buy this one, the Blink version, Superman versus the Flash. They ran a couple times. One was during charity, and another one was, I think they ran across all of space, which was cool. I haven't read those, but I'm pretty sure I watched like YouTube shorts on those. And some recommendations that I want to see, if they're worth it, is Deadly Tales of Gunslinger. I thought Spawn and all these versions were like the same person. I don't know if they are, but Spawn, I've only read the first issue of Spawn, and I want to read Spawn and Batman. I don't know if they're the same universe, something like that, but Spawn is a character, and all his variants, I guess, are books that I want to read. And for the first issues that I've seen this week, we have Robot Todd. I'm not sure what it's about, but the artwork alone is interesting. And for my most anticipated book this week is a TVA number 2. Because it connects the Disney Plus universe to the comic book universe and the, what do you call it? The MCU universe. So having all those connected, I'm excited to see what happens.